All right, guys. So today we're doing the wave properties walk around. This is Friday after you know everybody's night. Hope everybody had a good time. So this guy's going to be a relatively short assignment, pretty simple. All right. The only things I would say to that I'd have open. Obviously, you need your Google form open to input the answers, and then this guy's got the questions on there. There's the 9 questions. And I also am going to have this open because this will help me answer a few questions. All right. So let's go. Number 1. What kind of wave is this? Yep. Well, that you definitely want to know, because when we have our quiz early next week, that's going to be like the simplest question you're going to be able to get.
That's transversal.
That is a transverse. So transverse look like that.
And that goes for number 1, not names, right?
Number 1.
No, it says names.
No,
Names means like your name, right?
Yes. Your name is your name.
But it says names.
Why is everything frozen on me right now?
Oh, the server lagged.
That's a good question.
And Mr.
I was
Barr,
gonna tell you,
last night?
try again. On the slides, transverse is spelled wrong.
Was it transverse?
You're missing the S.
Who's busting down last night?
Why is this being such a scutch right now?
Sometimes that happens.
Dude,
Sometimes that happens when you have too many tabs open.
Yes. I wouldn't doubt it. He's probably doing it years now.
What has the S?
That's
No,
the dance I went to.
after the N, there's supposed to be an S.
And in the
Because in the Google Doc,
Oh.
I tried spelling it that way and it said that it was wrong.
Thank you. All right. Yes, there should be an S here. I apologize for that. Silly me. All right. So number 1, guys, you were going to type in the word transverse. Number 2, how many complete waves are pictured? 2. Here's why. Remember that for a transverse wave, it's going to be between any 2 points on the wave that are repeating. So if I started here, all right, at the bottom trough, it goes up to the crest, goes back down to the next trough, and then it would basically repeat that first motion. It would start like this. All right, it starts from the bottom like that, up. So we have 1 complete wave here, and then the second one. So we have 2 complete waves.
But can it also be like that you can tell from the top of the top of the mountain?
The crests.
Yeah.
So the crest, from crest to crest, is 1 wavelength. So if you just did that, you may have only said 1.
No, not like that. I'm saying like if you count the individual, like individually count it. Like there's.
No, that doesn't always work. No, that doesn't always work. But that's a good question. So yeah, we want the points on the wave that are repeating. All right, how many of those we see in our picture, and that will help us get our answer. Okay, so number 2, the answer should have been 2. Make sure you type that in.
Just the number 2.
Just the number 2.
Can I read this number 1?
You are standing on the beach with your feet in the water and notice that a new wave comes crashing in every 8 seconds. What is the frequency of these waves?
I don't think you learned that.
We did.
Yes, sir, because I don't remember.
So that's why I'm going to show it like this, all right?
You take like half of each.
So period, guys. Period is the amount of time it takes to do 1 cycle or make 1 complete wavelength. And the equations for these guys are period, capital T, is equal to 1 over F frequency is equal to 1 over the period. So what I did was, okay, I put that basically into a triangle. So if you're given, all right, the period, you're given t, they want f. So if I cover up f here in this, the equation becomes f equals 1 divided by t. So you're going to do, in your calculator, 1 divided by 8. No, not 8. That would be 8 divided by 1.
0.125.
Okay. So it would be good. 0.125. And the unit would be hertz, but you're not going to type in the unit. You're just going to type in the number.
That's 0.125.
Yes.
What's that letter supposed to be in the first number?
This?
Yeah.
So this letter is the symbol for wavelength. It's the Greek symbol called lambda. So if you see that symbol, that means wavelength. Question. This guy up here, she was asking what that symbol meant or what letter it was.
Yeah, it's right next to
These slides were posted yesterday.
Okay. I'll just look them up.
Okay. Okay, so we have number 3 answered. Bet. Number 4, what is the wavelength of a sound wave with a frequency of 50 hertz and a speed of 340? So with this, you would probably need an equation up. So here's our equation. Which triangle are we going to use, top or bottom? Why bottom? Because it has frequency, right? Okay, but this is what? This is speed. And T, capital T, was period. So we're going up here. In this case, right, from the notes yesterday and the assignment that we did yesterday, V would also be speed or velocity. This symbol right here is wavelength.
Oh, so we're just covering that and doing F.
Yes, that's exactly right. So you have F of 50 hertz right here, and V would be 340. So if you put them in the right spots, you just type this into your calculator, guys. Don't shout it out, but just type it into your calculator. 340 divided by 50. Whatever you get, that is going to be the answer. You do not put in the unit. What would the unit be, though, for wavelength? HC is frequency. MS is the speed. Wavelength will be measured in meters. Wavelength will be measured in meters.
We don't have to.
Nope, you're not putting the unit in the answer on the Google form. Just a number. But I was just asking. Okay, number 5. Sheesh. All right. Well, what is the frequency of this wave if it travels at 120 meters per second and each box is 1 meter? Okay, so here are 2 triangles. What are we going to do here? If they want frequency and we have speed, that means we need to find out what this guy is, wavelength. So wavelength is going to be, all right, the distance between any 2 repeating points. So if we started down here, okay, the next repeating point would be right there, correct? So then how many boxes is that we're going to go past? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that is going to be your wavelength. So wavelength is going to equal 6 meters. So if you have wavelength and velocity, what would you do to find frequency? V divided by wavelength, speed over wavelength. So you're doing 120 over 6, and that will be your answer. Okay, so divide that out in your calculator. and then input that as your answer on the Google form. Okay, 120 divided by 6. Now number 6, Ed Sheeran's Shape of You. Great song. It has a tempo of 96 beats per minute, which equivalates to 1.6 hertz. Which equivalates to 1.6 hertz. So what they want to know is how many seconds are in between each beat. So they want the period. Period is capital T. If that's what we want, if I cover that up, what is the equation? T equals 1 divided by F. So you're literally going to take 1 divided by 1.6. Right? Because 1 over F will give us T, all right, which is period. So 1 divided by 1.6. Whatever that comes out to be, guys, in your calculator, you have to input that. Next question. We only got 3 more. So number 7, what is the wave speed?
That's a nice wave.
That's a beautiful wave, you're right. What is the wave speed of an ocean wave that has a frequency of 0.4 hertz and the distance between waves is 9 meters? So, first triangle, because we have frequency, and the distance between the waves, that's wavelength, is going to be 9. So what am I doing? You're going to multiply. Very good. 0.4 times 9. Okay, because F is 0.4 and wavelength is 9. So if remember in the triangle, if they're next to each other, you multiply. If one is on top of the other, you divide. So whatever this comes out to be, guys, 0.4 times 9, do that into your calculator. That will be your answer for number 7. You input that in the Google form for number 7. No units required. No units required. So 0.4 times 9. All right. Next one. Ooh, name one real-life example of a longitudinal wave. Well, you can't necessarily just say slinky because the slinky, you can make both types of waves with it. So what we're looking for here, if I can, yep, longitudinals. Okay, longitudinals is the back and forth motion. So yes, springs or slinkies can make this wave, but the most common example is going to be sound waves. So you're going to type in sound.
Sound wave works.
Sound or sound wave?
No, sound wave. The whole word works. Yeah, that's the answer.
Well, if you just typed in sound, that should work as well. Correct? Okay. Either that's fine. Either way works. So now, final question. Now, let's watch what I'm going to do first. We're going to say it's a 2-step problem. They want to know what the wavelength of a wave is that has a period of 0.2 seconds and a wave speed of 25. So why is it 2 steps? Well, because they give us t right here of 0.2. I'm sorry, not 0.0. 0.02. So they want this guy up here. They want wavelength, right? So define wavelength it would be V, which we have of 25, divided by the frequency. So find frequency first. What you're going to do is 1 divided by the period. So 1 divided by 0.02 gives me the frequency. So if you do that, 1 over 0.02, gosh, that's awful looking. That should be 50. That's even worse looking. Sorry. It's not easy to do it. So 50 hertz is our frequency. So we have this dude up here as 25 for our velocity. Since frequency is underneath it, you divide by 50, and your answer should come out to be 0.5.
What? Hold on. 25 divided by 50?
Yeah, it's 1/2. Or 0.5. 0.5 or 0.5. Either one of those should work. 0.5 or 0.5 should work. Now, what is the unit for wavelength? The meter. Good. All right. And guys, that's pretty much it for this. Now, yesterday's assignment. Okay, so guys, just the assignment from yesterday. I have those answers posted. No. I go through the whole worksheet and then some from our, why is this being sketch? So yesterday, describing waves homework, okay, that was due technically this morning. Why is everything taking so long? Here it is, describing waves homework. So what I did with this is, one, I went through everything that we did yesterday. That's why it's 42 minutes. So if you missed all of yesterday, I know it's not something you would preferably do, but I go through all of these notes. I go through the concept builders that we were doing yesterday, right? Some of the things like I had like the Jeopardy boxes. So I go through all of those, which I definitely think helped a lot of people, and then walked through on the whole worksheet as well. So if you do watch that video, it will also go through how to complete the whole worksheet. Okay? So shouldn't be any excuses not to turn that in. All right? So because we're going to end early, if you did not complete your assignment from yesterday, you should 100% be doing that. Okay? If you are missing other work, this would be a time where you should try and get some of it done, at least one thing, all right? And that is going to be it for us today, guys.